Hello everyone, this is Lauren from Etheric and this is the weekly pick a card. Now, as normal, take a breath, close your eyes, feel into it, choose 1, 2 or 3, and the message is going to be a way of figuring out what's going on for you this week and how to proceed and any sort of insights or guidance in order to navigate it. So without further ado, let's start with the first one. Okay, so for those of you who picked number 1, okay, 5 of Pentacles. So this one's the I'm left out in the cold card. For some of the people that feel like they are in a position where they have no salvation, in this particular card, the people outside are outside a church. It looks warm and inviting and comfortable inside, yet they choose to walk a path of pain. Where in your life are you choosing to stay within the pains of your past? It feels as though you're making a decision not to move on to a better vibration or a better feeling because you're clinging on to an old way of thinking. Now, Pentacles being around money, this could be around money. I don't necessarily feel like it is specifically money, to be honest. I feel as though this is for people who are just desperately holding on to the parts of themselves that an identity that they feel like they still are. And you know, sometimes our past trauma or pain, suffering, relationships can become a safety net. They become part of us, and we start to associate something traumatic that happened to us with our identity, and we hold it with us. When we hold on to a past pain, we don't give it an opportunity to transcend that pain. It follows us around and it keeps coming up over and over again in our present. So if you are holding on to an idea of who you think you are based on those past traumas, I urge you that it's time to completely release and let go of that. There are things available in order to move on from those pains. Don't stop yourself from being able to fully heal from it by saying, I'm never going to be able to get past this. It's always going to be a part of me. This is always going to happen to me over and over again. By saying that to yourself, that's exactly what you're going to get. It is going to keep happening to you over and over again until you realize that although the thing that happened to you was certainly not something that should happen to anybody, you certainly do have the choice in order how to heal from it, move on from it, and transmute it to something more beautiful. And don't forget that although it cannot be undone, by using it as a way to transform yourself, you are indeed changing the past. So that's for number 1 there. Let's move on to number 2. Okay, this is for the people who chose number 2 with the purple. Alright, what have we got here? Knight of Swords, quick moving. So this is for people who are wanting to go in guns a-blazing and it feels as though you want to tell someone off. You want to come in strong and hard with your words, and you want to give someone a piece of your mind. Now keep in mind that sometimes it is good to be clear and be very clear with our boundaries and to express to the other person that this is the lay of the land, this is the law, and this is how I deserve to be treated. There is a better way to get your point across without having to be so aggressive. Keep in mind with the Knight of Swords, he's kind of a come in and come out type of situation. He's not a let's stay and let's talk this out, let's hear your side of the story. So I think what I'm getting at here is perhaps you may be starting to build up all of these negative emotions about another person or a situation, and you really want to give that person a piece of your mind, so you want to jump on that as quickly as possible, I'm going to ask you to just hold back just a little bit and maybe have a think about where those thoughts and feelings are coming from. And you don't want to go into it emotionally reactive, because I feel like that won't ever give you the result that you're looking for. When we are interpreting other people's behaviors and we become emotionally reactive, we actually are acting from a place of we're acting from a place that's a build-up of the trauma or incidences that have happened throughout our life, rather than coming from a place of like our inner selves or our true selves. I know it sounds like it can be difficult because, Lauren, this person is driving me crazy and they are in the wrong and they shouldn't have done that, they shouldn't have said that, they need a piece of my mind. I can get the frustration. Can you see that when you come at somebody with that frustration, you absolutely aren't going to get the result that you're looking for? That if you go to a person and you attack them and say, this is what you're doing to me, that's making me angry, that is not the way to go about something to get what you want. What you do need to do is figure out firstly within yourself how you can resolve that issue within yourself first, so that when you go to ask the person, whatever reaction they have to the facts, because keep in mind, swords is very factual, so that's the really good part of what the swords energy is. It's factual and it is truth. That's the only thing that you need to bring to this person, not the emotional aggression that can be associated or brought up with this. You may find that when you come at them like that, they're going to hear you more clearly. They will react in a way that is going to be much more satisfying. Now, it also means that if they do say or do something that is more aggravating, it's not actually going to bother you, and you'll be in a state of clear-headedness that you will be able to handle that situation properly and not aggravate it more than what it already is. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Okay, this is for people who chose the grey. Alright, what have we got here? Oh, the world. Okay. For number 3, we've got the world here. Are we dreaming of far off places? Are we itching to be traveling? And I'm very aware that this is something that we're not able to do right now. I think that for the people who chose number 3, they feel like, I had so many plans to explore this world, and I had all of these plans that I'd laid out to go places, whether it be a physical journey or a business career journey or a relationship journey, and all of those plans have been changed. And I'm getting that feeling of like, had this not had happened, so many more better things would have happened for me. I would have taken that trip. That relationship would have turned out. My business would have taken off. There's a lot of like, if this didn't happen, life would have been better. What I would urge you to do is, when it comes to manifesting and when it comes to inviting happiness into your life and manifesting beautiful, abundant things into your life, it's important to look at what is and find the good in it. What is good about this situation? You can even say, what is better about this situation than what it was before? The more that we focus on our current situation and how amazing it is, and I'm not talking about making things up, I'm talking about finding the genuine, real things about your current situation that you can fully, genuinely, truthfully say, you know what, this is a good thing. And you don't have to pick out everything, because I'm sure there are things about your situation that are not great. I'm sure there's something about your situation that is worse than it was before. I don't care about those things. Let's focus on what's good. When we focus on those good things, we start to appreciate gratitude. And it's more than that. We actually start to transform what we start to attract into our vibration. When we decide that the situation that we're in is great already, suddenly more amazing things start to come in. And then we start to realize that, wait, I'm still going on this journey. I'm still expanding. This has given me an amazing opportunity to expand my mind, my soul, my body, more so than I would have before this situation that I've been placed in. It's allowed me to become so introspective of how my brain works, how my body works, how my soul works, my connection with spirit for those who are going on a more deep spiritual journey. And I can tell spirit actually wants me to talk directly to those people. For those of you who are going through dark night of the soul, shadow work, really digging deep to end some of those previous paradigms, those belief systems that were so ingrained with us. And I dare say that there may be a couple of you that will have picked number 1 as well as number 3, because I feel like there is a little bit of crossover here. For those who are doing the work, doing the internal work, know that you are being accelerated in a way that you never would have been had you not been in this particular situation here. So even though it feels like you're running behind because of A, B, and C, you're actually not running behind vibrationally. This is catapulting you spiritually and vibrationally far quicker than any other situation. So when you come out the other end of this, especially if you play your cards right, focusing on what is good about the situation, you're going to have more abundance than had this not happen. So that's what I'm getting from the world, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. That's 1, 2, and 3. My name is Lauren. I'm from Etheric Tide. If you would like to make any bookings, just go to www.etherictide.com. And please, any comments, any likes, I would greatly appreciate the conversation. Hope you have a beautiful week, guys. Bye.